Hi, I'm Dane Sears, the writer, director, producer, editor. Shit. You name it, I've probably did it or half did it, but yeah.
I'm Cody Clark, and I did a little bit of everything except the editing and all that.
Yeah, Cody was Cody's like our only PA on set that we had. So, and he was there through post-production with me, not post, but pre-production with me, kind of getting all this stuff ready.
The weeding and trying to make things look right.
Yeah. This movie was incredibly low budget, if you couldn't tell, and I tried to get hire a set designer, a production designer, and here in Kentucky, you're hard pressed to find anything like that. So I had to do it all myself. And well, Cody was there with me. He helped me get stuff ready and kind of prepping these sets. What needed to be prepped.
Yeah, some of that stuff is real. That's in the abandoned houses.
Yeah, most all this you see right now in the main Hopewell house, we call it. All that was mostly real. It was all there. But if you look hard enough later on, you'll see. These look like raccoon turds everywhere. And some of it was real.
Couple hours.
Yeah, some of it was real, but Cody and I here, we actually made those out of what was it, mud and paint.
I just remember rolling and spraying.
Yeah. To kind of, we needed. Well, let me give you a backstory. The interior house at one point it was it sat abandoned for a very long time, since probably the 80s. But at one point, raccoons had got infested in it, and they had just shit all over the place. Like there were literally piles and piles, like down the walls, up in the ceiling, inside the walls. It was fucking disgusting. And but anyway, so when we got time to shoot, I'm like, well, I need to clean it up so make it more sanitary. But I still like the way it looks. So I kind of got rid of wherever set or where a crew was going to be. I got rid of the raccoon shit and actually like Lysol it, kind of, somewhat sanitized everything the best I could. And then Cody and I here made a ton of fake sanitary raccoon crap to go at his place.
Little Rocky was there too.
Yeah, his little dog. Yeah, there's a picture of me. There's a behind the scenes picture of me holding him just drenched in sweat because it was so friggin' hot out there. But yeah,
it was.
Cody's actually never seen this movie before. This is his first time. His first run through.
I remember that car.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad I got to ride in it.
Yeah. Gosh, that thing literally gave me a heart attack about every day, because I was constantly worried about how it was getting ready to break down because it wasn't mine, and I was in full charge, in sole charge of it, and the owner was in Africa.
Yeah.
Gosh,
that would be.
But yeah, I
was just stressed about other people driving. Don't know if they're going to rear end you or whatever.
Yeah, it was hard to drive. It was a hell of a learning experience. Learn how to drive that thing to set every day.
I remember this church being infested with bees.
Oh yeah,
because my dad's deathly allergic to bees.
Was he?
And he didn't have an EpiPen.
Oh shit!
And
You're talking about when we filmed the interior, or not? The church scene, Church Sunday, when your dad was there.
Yeah, and he was like, "Oh, I'll be fine. I was like, "You always say that, but what if something happens?"
Yeah, this church here, Cody helped me get this thing in better order, better shape too, because most all these locations were abandoned, just out in the middle of nowhere. And luckily, we found this church that, if you look hard enough, there's lights on the ceiling, but we tried to shoot around everything. It hadn't really been updated in a very long time, so there's really nothing modern about it, which it fit the movie very well.
I think it was in such bad shape. Didn't you have to put a window pane or two in there?
Yeah, I had to. Yeah, remember we had to paint the walls. We
Yeah,
actually, it looks run down in the movie, but it was actually, it was a lot more run down, and I somewhat made it more, I don't know, to look like it's, I don't know, more inhabitable, or it's, the preacher's taking some care of it at least, and not just completely letting it go to shit.
Which we did.
Yeah. There's even there's a few dead animals in there too, and it's crazy too. Right after we shot, we lucked out. We lucked out with this location, several of these, but out front you see the preacher's car drives up to the church there. Because there was this little rock bridge or concrete bridge crossing the stream, but after we had shot, like a few months later, that bridge went out. Like, so you couldn't get a car to it again. So
I didn't know that.
Yeah, we lucked out, because I don't know what the hell I would have done if we couldn't get the preacher's car to go up to it.
We would have made something again.
And what's even crazier is around that same time, a tree fell over and knocked a huge hole in the church.
Yeah.
Not on this side you see right here, but on the complete opposite side that you don't really, kind of behind the Christine's piano. But yeah, we lucked out. Like, it just started going to shit. And when we went back for pickups, our DP's foot went through the floor. He went up to his nuts. Like,
I remember setting off like 6 bug bombs before we went in.
But yeah, it was these places. Oh man, they were so gross. Like I said, we swept it out and cleaned it out, and I even there weren't enough pews. So right now you kind of see two rows of pews. There weren't enough. Yeah, there was only
I forgot about that too.
Yeah, there was a weird number of them. So like we could complete one side, but the other side would be missing like 3. So in the background you see there those pews, I made those out of plywood. I wouldn't have put them up in the foreground, but in the background, they're like plywood benches that just kind of filled the empty space.
Nobody should sit on them.
Yeah. I think your dad did when we were there that day.
He probably did.
And I was like, oh, watch out, because I didn't want him to get hurt. I was like, watch out, that thing's barely, I want you to fall. But yeah, if you look back there, you see all the old hymnals and stuff stacked up.
They were there too, weren't they?
But yeah, this movie, it was... So yeah, we kind of prepped these locations all summer of 2016 when it was like so damn hot. And...
it doesn't seem that long ago.
I know, yeah, it's crazy. It's nuts. It's been 6 years. But yeah, Cody's there with me all through that. Kind of just, even if he didn't really do much, I'd give him a beer and just have him just chill out, or just chill out, just keep me company, because I was there.
That's my price.
I don't want to be, I don't want to be at these places all by myself just all day. And that's, he was there to kind of keep the morale up and have, whenever I needed something. And he drove. He had the absolute pleasure of driving Ted Ferguson to set every day. Yeah.
He was
most days.
He was worried about a weed eater in the back of my car, because if we crashed, it could go into his forehead.
Oh God, yeah. Without saying too much, Ted was, he was a handful, and Cody knows first thing about that. But,
my pleasure.
Yeah. God, this day here, I remember Ted. We were waiting on, I guess the car. Yeah, the car broke down there, and we had to wait on the guy from Lexington to come and fix it. But yeah, I had to go take a shit off in the woods. Like I had to like, it kind of hit me right there. I had to go off by the railroad tracks, but yeah.
A discreet dookie.
But yeah,
No, he looks like he can barely control it right there.
Yeah, you weren't here for this, were you? This was out in Ruddles Mills. This were pickup days. I don't think you came to those, did you?
Probably not. No.
This right here is 2 years later than what you just saw. We shot most of the movie in this fall, actually September, barely into October 2016, and then we didn't shoot this stuff. There was a lot of stuff. We shot most of it in the initial principal photography, but there was a lot that needed to be redone. So it was a year and a half later, almost 2 years, when this stuff was shot. When I had a lot of time to review the footage and kind of correct some of the things I did, we just reshot. Had to get Ted's ass back up here. But
did you bring his umbrella? Or a
No,
folding chair?
but you know, he was actually a lot better that second time. He was a lot better. Yeah. Oh, Ted. But yeah, this was originally we had shot this part out at another place, the out at a place where it's really this abandoned road where this abandoned bridge is like so far off the road. It's closed down, but I don't know. It kind of looked very overgrown, and yeah, the location just didn't work. It was pretty shitty, or it was just really hard to deal with. But anyway, it was the day that the scariest day of the filming of all this was the day the car caught on fire, and it was at that old location. It was the hottest friggin' day, and yeah, the car caught on fire, and I'd flipped my shit. I thought we were all, I was like, damn, the movie's over, the movie's ruined. I'm gonna have to pay for this car. The car's gonna blow up.
Well, I remember running to your car and getting a fire extinguisher.
Yeah, Cody.
Which is the last thing you should probably do. I guess.
No, actually, no, you actually did the smart thing. I like soon as I heard the sound guy say, oh yeah, the car's on fire.
That's how he said it.
Yeah, exactly. He was just so modest, so like just. And I just immediately, I was behind the camera, and I just took off running, and I got the cooler and threw all the drinks out. And threw the water, cold ass water on it. I don't know. I shouldn't have done that because fuck. But yeah, Cody, thank goodness, had the brains to get the fire extinguisher, and that for real put it out.
I was scared though. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it was scary. Then I had to drive the damn thing. After it done that, I had to drive it all the way back to Carlisle, which was like 25 minutes away or some shit.
It's a drive.
God. But yeah, this exterior here you see too. It was when Cody and I got there before this, it was the weeds were over your head, literally. You couldn't hardly see the house. The weeds were over your damn head.
About 6 foot.
Yeah, it was insane, and they were so thick. Like this house had been abandoned for a very long time. It's no telling when the grass was, mowed last, or cattle had come through there. But yeah, Cody. Oh God, some of the hottest days. I got I had to go out there and just weed eat all that down. Like I got the brush blades on it and just weed eat the living shit out of that place to make it to where you can see the house. And actually, what you see in the movie is not. We actually shot at the house, in 2016, and I had weeded it way too low, and it didn't look that good. What you see all this here is a year and a half later, so we kind of had a year and a half to grow back up, and it looked a lot better. But yeah, Cody was there. I remember stashing beer cans in the tree. You remember that?
Well, yeah. I wouldn't put it past me.
Yeah, it was just,
marking my territory.
But yeah. There's real crap mixed with our Play-Doh and mud with paint, black paint crap there.
I would like to see, I would have liked to see this house, how it actually was.
Yeah.
Oh,
back in the day. Yeah. Back in the day.
Be.
I think it may have been the 80s last it was ever inhabited. I'm not sure about the exterior. Yeah, if you haven't noticed, this house on the inside is not the same house we saw him walk into on the outside. They were two completely different houses. This house here had a giant, nice garage out behind it and nice plank wooden fence all the way around it. It looks pretty nice on the outside. The inside's just what you see. But, yeah, old Ted.
He likes to clutch his hands a lot.
Yeah, he did that. He did that little hand thing a lot. Like, yeah, he'd curl his wrist up. He'd tighten his fist. Yeah, there you go, right there. You see it?
He's probably thinking of me.
Oh, gosh, yeah. Yeah, Cody and Ted, kind of not going into too much detail, didn't get along too well during the shoot. I don't know why. Yeah. Ted just had it in for him.
Butted heads a couple times.
Yeah.
He came out and I don't know what it was. He couldn't remember his lines. That's what it was, and he was taking it out on everybody.
Yeah. There was a few days he got a little frustrated.
He was just kind of down.
Yeah, he was just kind of taking it out. He was just trying to find a little easy outlet, but. Yeah, now he got better during the shoot, but yeah. Yeah, all this. See do you remember that, the raccoon?
Oh, yeah.
It's over there in my closet. I got it wrapped up because all that you see around it, all that dirt, that's actually real raccoon shit and dirt and stuff or from that house, and I don't really want to touch that thing now because it's... Ugh.
Man, just watching it like brings back things I had even like forgot about.
Yeah. What's your yes? What do you remember most from back in 2016? Us shooting this.
I mean, going in and out of abandoned houses. I remember taking furniture out of that one house, then rednecks coming down. They're like, if you want to see a real haunted place, then they drove us. They were drinking, and they drove us around on that.
Yeah, some kind of, I don't know, like a razor or something.
Yeah, and I was scared, but they were.
I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah, they were taking us to what they called a haunted place. I think it was like a cemetery, or
it was there was a
family members had died.
Yeah, what he's talking about is we were the exterior house. Like I was saying at the very beginning, I had to decorate a lot of this set myself. Wasn't already decorated. Because I didn't have a production designer. So there was a piece of furniture in the exterior house, way out in the middle of nowhere. There was this piece of furniture. I was like, I could use that into this interior house, which is like an hour away. So we had permission to be at the exterior house. The owner gave us full permission. He was very nice. But the neighbors, I guess didn't really know. So here we're carrying this piece of furniture.
Where are you going, city boy?
Yeah, we're carrying this piece of furniture down the long driveway back to my dad's truck to haul it. And right as we got to the gate, I was like, oh shit, I hear something. Then here comes this razor up. So I was like, oh, throw it over the weeds, throw it over, because
it's probably a good half mile.
Yeah, exactly. It was a very long way. But where the hell was I going with that? But yeah, nobody was going to use that furniture. It was long gone. But I just didn't want them to see we were taking something. It was basically taking it from the dump. But we threw it over in the weeds real fast. Thank God they didn't see us. But yeah, they drove up on that and they were drinking beer and they're like, "What are y'all doing? Y'all have permission?" I was like, well, I tried to stop them from coming any further. I was like, "Yes, I know the guy, David DeMarcus. He's a very nice guy. He's letting us have, we have permission." He's
didn't
like,
they,
"All right."
Didn't they call the guy?
Yeah. He's like, "All right, we'll just find out." And he called him on the phone, and thank God, the owner was cool with it. And after that, they let their guard down, and they let their guard down and
drove us all over.
Yeah, they're like
God's creation.
We told them what we were doing, and we told them what we were doing, and they came. They're like, okay. So they drove us. Yeah, they wanted to show us, I guess, on that property some other, like in a little graveyard or something. But so we just kind of played it cool and rode with them. But it turned out that guy was actually pretty cool once he figured out we weren't trespassing and stuff. But yeah, and that piece of furniture, oh my God, I think it was that night. I went back, like I had my alarm set for like 3 or 2 in the morning, and I drove back out there to this place. It's like 30 minutes away, in the middle of friggin' nowhere by myself. Jumped the fence, threw it over the fence, threw it in the back of my dad's truck, and got the hell out of there.
Should have called me. Oh.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. I figured I'd woke you up enough. Yeah,
no, I'm good.
But yeah, all for that one piece of furniture, which just barely decorates the set.
I remember spraying a lot of pesticide around this too. There was it wasps?
Yeah. There were a lot of wasps, especially around that side or the other door there, not the door right here. I seem like I remember them being around the other door, but I may be wrong. But
it was probably the last treatment that church got.
It was also funny. What was it? Because a lot of these locations, I wanted this movie to look very rural, very abandoned, very overgrown, and so I had to just drive all around BFE, and a lot of the time Cody was with me, just try to find these places. And we looking for an abandoned road for him to drive down. We went out to this one road outside of Winchester.
The gaggle of skunks.
Yeah, or the rubbers guy. The rubbers guy. Yeah, we drove up to this. I'd been down this road a few times, but we pulled up to it to look, and there was another guy on yet a 4-wheeler, or it was more like a golf cart, and he had his daughter with him, and he was pissed.
Younger daughter.
Yeah, he was pissed. We just got there. We were just asking him. I just pulled up in my car. I'm like, hey, do you know who owns this? Do do you mind if we look around? He was pissed. He wasn't having it. He didn't even own it, I don't think. No, he was just a neighbor, but he wasn't even listening to us because I tried to tell him, we're doing a movie. I was just looking at the location, and he went on. He bet he found a rubber down there. I just found a fucking rubber down there. And his daughter was like laughing. She was like, trying not to laugh in front of him. But he was pissed. I guess some people had freshly had sex out there the night before or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, we did not use that location. I didn't really go back after that. Because we couldn't. I mean, we couldn't have gotten a car over on the road anyway. You had to cross the railroad tracks. So yeah, I just said to hell with it. Do you remember this? What were you gonna say? You gonna say something?
Oh no! You said remember this. I remember putting that stove.
Yeah, that's what I was. Yeah. That's what I was getting at. Yeah, the stove. You see him, messing with there. I guess I think it was from the 40s. It wasn't actually from this time period, but it was old and it was actually a wood stove. But man, we drove. Oh my God, we drove like an hour and a half away to get that thing.
Yeah, it was a long.
Yeah, and we had to have like a tractor to get it up in the damn truck, and I still got it.
You do?
The owners. Yeah, because I lost their contact info. I lost their contact info, but because they took my driver's license because we were technically renting it from them for like I don't remember, $50 or $100 or something. But I lost their contact, but they had mine, but they never called me about it.
Obviously, they don't miss it too much.
Yeah, I was like, thank God, because I didn't want to haul that thing an hour and a half back. Yeah, it's just sitting in the barn at my grandfather's old farm, where we all stayed, while we were shooting this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a very, very small crew, maybe like 6 people, just like me. I half ran the camera most of the time, my gaffer, a grip, Cody here, my producer, and sometimes a makeup girl and the sound guy. That was all we really had.
All good people.
Yeah, and we all most of us all stayed, minus the actors, we all stayed in my grandparents' old house out on the farm. Kind of not too far from the church. But yeah, we all kind of stayed in there and, I don't know, had like a little summer camp type deal, for the 3.5, 4 weeks we shot.
Really was a lot to get done in shorter amount of time.
Yeah, we hauled complete ass. It was so, it was a low budget. Budget I had was $40,000 at the time. It was all out. It was my money, mine and my dad's. He kind of went half and half with me. Thank God. And yeah, blew through that pretty fast. And then now with post, it's up to about 65. That's kind of the total budget. Thank God, no more than that. But
I remember he called you because the gate was shut, and you told me to run down there and let him in. He was like, I just want to see where my money's going.
Which gate?
It was at one of the houses. I think it was the exterior house.
Okay.
Yeah.
And yeah, I guess he did come out there, didn't he?
Yeah, so
I don't remember.
I went down and let him in. He was like, I just want to see where my money's going.
Yeah. Thank God my dad believed in me, But, yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody did, or they wouldn't be there.
Yeah. Just trying to, it's kind of one of the hardest things. You got to have, in filmmaking, you got to have money to, I don't know, to somewhat convince people to work with you. And, yeah, if you're doing it for free, which I didn't, I paid everybody on set, even Cody. A lot of independent productions would not even pay especially on a budget like this, they would ask so many people to be interns, and I was like, man, they would want to do it for free labor. That's a lot of the indie film world, and I was like, you know what, I've done that, I've been there, done that, and I don't want to do that to my crew, because man, they're fucking working, they got bills to pay. So yeah, I mean, I paid everybody, even if it wasn't a lot, I still paid,
No, I told you could fire me if you.
Oh no, hell, no, I would never done that. Yeah, nah, man. You were kind of out of work during that time, and I was kind of I wanted to help you out some, and plus I needed somebody there that kind of just to help out whenever we like normal PA work to run and grab stuff. But you recognize that song, don't you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Cody and
Church days.
Yep. Yeah, Cody, the hymn you hear right here, that was a very, very popular one Cody and I went to the same church growing up. And, they played that a lot, so I kind of grew up with that tune, and so did Cody here. So I made sure, it was always one of my favorites, so I made sure to, weave it in the movie here.
Then I got my fingers stuck in the air hockey table.
Yeah. My earliest memory of Cody is when he was, God, I don't know, 2 or something. Him smashing his fingers on the air hockey table at church. That's my earliest memory. God knows when that was, like 1992 or something.
2 or 3, yeah.
Yeah.
There was something about that piano.
Yeah, it wouldn't really play.
Oh, yeah.
I think,
okay.
yeah.
That's what it was.
But yeah.
I remember, like with makeup and stuff, she would like spray water or something. Like, well, we're already sweating.
Oh, yeah,
so
yeah,
hot.
Yeah. Yeah, that was one thing in this movie. I wanted everybody to look rough and dirty. I did not want everybody to look nice and powdered. Keep the shine off of them from the lights. I wanted everybody to be rough and gritty and dirty. And yeah, so I had my makeup girl just actually put dirt on like Tim there because his character he ain't had a bath in a while. But yeah, I just told my Leslie. She wasn't there the whole shoot because we didn't really need her. I had her there most on days when Tim and Audra were there, Newton Ollie. Yeah, just to kind of dirty them up and spray them down, kind of make it look like they're sweaty because, just like the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, they shot that movie in July, and it was and everybody's just sweating their asses off, and nobody looks pretty, and that's kind of the way I wanted this to look if you couldn't tell, The movie was heavily inspired by Chainsaw. Oh, Ted.
He's got the look, though.
He does.
You got to give him that.
Yeah, Ted, I looked for a while trying to find this perfect guy. I wanted this little old man for his part. And, yeah, it was, on Peanuts' budget and without knowing many connections, I saw a lot of guys, at least through the, actorsaccess.com. They'd sent me a lot of audition reels, and Ted had the best look out of all of them. Everybody else was kind of like, I don't know, 50% of the way there, maybe 40, and Ted was like 100% already there. Even though, his audition wasn't the greatest, I was like, yeah, he can definitely do it. We can work with him. And he did. He pulled it off very well. It took a lot, but it took a lot to get him to that point and edit around. But, yeah, he actually did a very good job. I wish I could have tamed him down at times, but, that's not his fault. That's mine. Because, that's what happens when you're, busting ass on a movie, just shooting it, cramming it all into 2.5, 3 weeks. You kind of overlook some things. You don't have time to stop and think, like, if an actor's overacting or, whatever. Or not overacting, but just a little too much, too intense. Yeah.
And really, it doesn't even seem like a few weeks. It seemed like a couple days.
Man.
Even though it was stretched out, but.
Thank God, too. We lucked out a lot, too. A lot with this movie. Even minus the car catching on fire and maybe breaking down a few times. The car was the only thing that really gave us trouble. But we lucked out a lot. And for the whole, the biggest worry, since a lot of this is exterior, and it's like, is it going to rain? Is it going to rain? Is it going to rain? Because I don't know what the hell I'm going to do if it does. Well, I think it only rained like once or twice the whole September, and it was on our off day on Saturday. It was like, oh, thank God. Yeah,
pretty much a drought.
Yeah. Yeah, you weren't there for this, I don't think. This was, were you?
Hey there. Hey, Mr. Pierce, how are you?
This is one of the very last things we shot.
He was a really good actor, right?
Yeah, make sure you talk.
Yeah, he was really nice too.
Yeah, Rich, man, he was, I hate to say it, but Rich was actually, he was the best actor we had. Rich he's been in some, minor roles in some Hollywood stuff. It's actually, Tammy was kind of his biggest claim to fame. I didn't see the movie, but I saw his scene, but he was great. And he's such a cool guy.
He did that scene in the kitchen with Teddy like
dude,
a million times, and he never skipped a beat.
Yeah, dude, he is. Yeah, he don't, like Ted sometimes had to look for his mark on the floor before he could hit it. This guy, I mean, he got out of the peripheral. He didn't. He's a, I guess he's a, yeah. He's been doing it a lot longer. He's a veteran. He was so good though, and he actually used to be a some kind of military guy. So he kind of had that. He could do that intimidating, bust your ass if he has to, light a fire under your ass like he does later in the movie.
There's that hand again.
Yeah, broke the 180 rule, but yeah, what do you do? Yeah, this was 2 years later, right before it started raining.
You can see that little path there.
Yeah,
that we cut down.
We made it. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Lord, this movie about put me in an early grave, I feel like. Oh, so much stress. I didn't sleep the whole damn shoot because I was just so, like I said, just stressed, nervous about the car breaking down, something happening. Because it was really mostly all on my shoulders, and it's just, ugh. But we lucked out a lot.
Yeah, I was there doing it, but I was like, man, I know he's stressed.
Oh, God. Yeah,
you played it cool, though.
I want to say I had fun doing this movie, but I did not. I mean, looking back, I guess it's fun, but man, at the end of the time, it's like, oh my God, like get me through this, because it was just so stressful. I didn't really have time, or I just couldn't actually be in the moment and enjoy it. I just constantly was rushing because we were, going so fast. Yeah.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah.
I remember being down in that basement trying like
Oh God.
20 different things to get those boards like just right.
Oh,
We tried like pre-drilling the holes and putting nails in. Then we tried Velcro.
Yeah. We did. Yeah, he's talking about the boarded up doorway in the cellar. That was.
You'll see it.
That's something I had to kind of come up with. I don't want the actor sitting there pulling the boards off the, or actually pulling the nails with the board straight out of the hole. So we had to like drill holes and try all these ways to like put these boards on this little frame I had made, and to where he could easily pull them off, pull them off enough to where it looks like he's still struggling a little bit. Yeah. Oh God.
Now, when we saw the church, like, the graves were real at the church.
Yeah. Out behind. Yeah. Out behind the church.
These are like fabricated, but
these. I never was fully happy with these graves because in my head for the original script, I wanted a abandoned graveyard. With actually several more graves, but just time and stuff, budget. I just couldn't do it, so I had to fake 2 graves. Hopefully they don't look too fake.
No, I think they look good.
I tried not to focus on them too much.
He can run.
Oh God, yeah, we put Ted through hell through some of these scenes, specifically these where he's actually running. I don't know about that cut, but I love that shot.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, there's that bass that I worked so hard to get that music. Yeah, God, it's like, what in the hell is that? Gosh.
That's pretty eerie.
Right, yeah, hell yeah, it is. And just
it was like a working there doing the
Yeah,
stuff.
exactly.
You're like something's gonna.
It was being down that cellar. I hate every friggin' second of it.
Something's gonna bite me.
The
in
house
the
is a
ass.
little. Yeah, it's like you don't know if there's brown recluses up in the ceiling. God knows what down there. It stunk. Just, it was so damn creepy. I tried to hurry up the most I could whenever we were there. But yeah, those were the worst days on set. Were being down in there, that cellar.
Oh, he's scared now.
Silence. Hopefully that shot isn't too comical. Him just running out. It's Ted, like I said, we put him through the ringer, I remember like listening to his mic when I was editing that shot, man, he was breathing so hard. I was like, oh shit, dude.
He's an old man.
Yeah, it kinda he did it though. He did it fine. Thank goodness he does his cardio, every day, so it didn't hurt him too bad. Yeah, were you here for this? This was a very tail end of the shoot, or the original shoot in 2016. This was like one of the last days.
I mean, like, I know I wasn't. I was there for
You were here for this.
most of it, but when you flew Teddy back out, I wasn't there.
Yeah. Old Ted. Yeah, out behind this church, there's a lot of real graves. It's just, I had no way to kind of weave them into the shots because, it's kind of the back end of the church. Nothing happens over there. I would have liked to have gotten them, but yeah. I love this shot. I'm proud of that one.
Oh, you seem like you know what you're doing.
I tried, yeah.
Done it once or twice.
I shot most of this, or composed most all of this myself, because I feel like that's one of my strengths is composition. It's one of the things I enjoy actually about making stuff, but I'm always open for suggestions. I'm not like strictly to my book, but
Well, I've got none because I don't know what's going on.
Ollie, Audra, yeah, Audra and Brant married right after they met on this movie. My DP gaffer, yeah, they and the Ollie outside who he just left, they married after this movie. They'd met.
Yeah, I met everybody there, and they all were. It was a good crew.
God, yeah,
Except
I remember, yeah, I remember cleaning out this church here on. God, it was just so damn hot, just so damn hot. In the middle of July, and there's this little store down the road, the only store within like 10 square miles, and so we went down there. We're hungry, so we went down there. This guy was all pissed off, and this old guy that worked there, all grumpy as shit. Yeah, we got him to heat us up to these probably soy burgers or whatever the hell they were, hamburgers, makeshift hamburgers, and they made us more sick. I think I was thinking they were going to make me feel better.
My
but
stomach was turning. You asked to wash your hands too, and he was getting pissed about it.
Was he?
And then he was like, "The only sink I have is back here," and you had to go around the counter.
I barely remember that.
Yeah,
because I didn't want to eat with my hands dirty as shit from this. Yeah. To like mop the church out, we had to go get water from the creek.
yeah.
It wasn't clean water, but at least it helped get knock down a lot of the dust and crap that was in there. But I love this little sequence. Kind of remembering back what the fuck happened earlier that day.
I remember you stressing about her makeup.
Yeah. I never fully was happy with her makeup. Now, even we had 2 runs at it. But yeah, here's where you first see her. Or here's where you first see what he saw. Yeah, I just hope I never was happy. Like I said, we had kind of 2 runs with this makeup. In the initial shoot in 2016, I had one makeup artist who was pretty sketchy. I should have known better, but I had a makeup artist in 2016 do it originally, and I never saw it. We had months and months to do this. There's your dad. Cody's mom and dad are right in the front row there.
A lot skinnier nowadays.
Yeah. I actually shot shots of them, but I had them in there originally, shots of them, but like close-ups. But
there's me with my...
Yeah, Cody's back there, with his ex-girlfriend, maybe his ex-wife, I think.
Piece of shit.
Yeah.
You call her.
Well, my ex is right there in the not far from y'all too, so yeah. Anyway. But yeah, the first makeup guy we had, like I said, I should have known better, but anyway, we had months to do it. I started in like May, making molds of the actress that I had a different actress, but making molds of her, getting it ready to go, and he just kept telling me, I don't have anything, it'll be ready, and so I never got to see anything until the day of the shoot, and it was just, it wasn't good. Anyway, I had another guy 2 years later when we shot again do it, and it still was like, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I remember I drove that girl up there, and you're like, oh, shit.
Yeah. You talking about back? Yeah, because you weren't there for the second round.
Yeah, the first one.
Yeah, everybody, how to deal with this was just like, man, sadly, we'll try and keep her in the dark a little bit and just show her and get the hell out really fast. Just don't sit on the face too long, because it just like, it's just part of low budget filmmaking. You kind of deal with sketchy people and, not having enough money to do it the right way. So, yeah. So.
Oh, here he is again.
Yeah. Here's where he chews his ass, as they say. Oh, man, that house now, that one has a lot of shit built up. It's like they renovated the piss out of it. It looks a lot different, yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff growing up around it. I originally shot some stuff outside of it, but, it didn't make it in here.
I think it would be cool to do, like, pictures of during the movie and then now.
Oh, yeah. I like I do
before and after,
yeah,
or whatever.
I probably will do that one day.
Even if they burn down or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, get up.
Yeah, he's just stewing there. See, he actually reacts too with everything, the environment,
Yeah.
Actually, like he should, man. He's good.
That's money well paid.
What's the matter with you? Nothing's the matter with me, Charles. Now, what do you want? Well, besides you not showing up this morning, you want to tell me why
Yeah, that's good right there.
Yeah.
You don't worry about how I know him. I know you told him to leave and not come back now, didn't you? Didn't you? Yes, I did. Because I don't want them around my congregation. Now, why is that? All they did was
Gosh, just decorating the set like I said, this was all me. I didn't want to do it. I knew it was going to suffer if I did it, but hopefully it's not that bad, I just kind of took a lot of shit from my grandparents' old house and just made it messy, because this preacher doesn't really care anymore. He would be messy, so yeah. And tried to cover, like you see behind him, that newspaper on the wall. It's covering a breaker box. Gosh,
I remember trying to make the letters look old. I was dipping them in tea.
That's right, Cody.
Drying them out.
Yeah, I guess Cody. Yeah, he did do a little art department. He like
that's what you would call it.
Yeah, it is. It would be, or maybe Yeah, art, prop, something. But anyway, yeah, the mail you see the preacher having, handling while he's in church. Yeah, Cody did that. Yeah.
It ain't fit. Trust me. Why is that?
Yeah, it's just, thank God I had the help I did.
No, I want to know. Tell me. All right, whatever. Ignore me then. But I'm going to tell you something, and you better listen. If you don't get your ass together and help these people, then you better start packing and looking for another town to go preaching in. I held my tongue for years and watched you run good people off after they brought you problem after problem and you ignored. And I ain't going to do it anymore.
What problem?
And don't even get me started on church. It's hideous. Now, I don't know what you're going through or what your problem is, and I don't care. You better do something. You better do
Like
something.
you can see the dirty dishes and stuff,
Yeah.
and he just gave up on it.
Yeah, all those canned green beans you see everywhere, the canned stuff, that's actually stuff my grandma had canned, man, no telling when. I got them out of the basement, yeah. And she'd been gone for, 4 years when we shot this. So, yeah, there's no telling when that food was, canned by her.
I don't know. My grandmother canned stuff all the time, too.
Yeah.
Nobody will do it probably in 5 years. There's probably not any canned food left.
Yeah. This was one of the last days of that initial run, yeah. I think I'd actually had a week off before we shot this, but if you look in the background, you'll see residue on the window there. There's a big ass sticker on the. There's a big sticker there that the owner had to peel off. Oh, I remember the car owner. Do you remember Bill? Do you remember Bill?
Vaguely.
Yeah.
Vaguely.
Bill,
he was nice when we brought back, and I was like, maybe we shouldn't say anything about it catching on fire.
Yeah,
But you told him.
If he listens to this, he'll know. But
Yeah.
obviously the car didn't get harmed. But yeah,
I never told him though, right?
No, I never did.
Oh, I thought
I
you
never
did.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what it was. Is we were like, oh, he's gonna see that residue from the fire extinguisher, and yeah.
Yeah. Thank God we didn't hurt anything. But yeah, I never told him just in case. He get pissed that car caught on fire. But it's just what happened, man. Those cars very easily do. Thank goodness this sedan we had for the judge's car wouldn't overheat that easy. The preacher's car, my God. Plus, it didn't help that it was literally the hottest day of the whole shoot. We were doing all the car shots.
Oh, you think about it, the cars back then is just gasoline and heat on an engine.
Hot as shit. Yeah, see, if you look up at the ceiling, you'll see lights hanging. Hopefully hopefully people don't catch that, the first time through. Something they'll catch definitely in the, when they watch it again. Hopefully they will watch it again.
Electricity.
Yeah, you'll hear my best friend's good music work here. His composition. Yeah, actually, right now, Cody, you can't hear it because it. We're watching an edit that going through post the sound, the music drops out. So yeah, the music's supposed to be louder right now for you, but yeah. But yeah, that wall to your right there, that was one I had to. You'll kind of see some scars on it and stuff. I had to paint that. I had to try and go to Lowe's and find like paint that somewhat matched what was already there. It's like, oh man.
I remember we had to get a guy to cut a pane of glass.
Yeah.
Like just right too.
Yeah.
It was a weird size or something. I don't.
And so any other memories you remember?
I mean, a lot of them are coming back to me.
Yeah. Yeah, I wish I could. Yeah. Kind of went through a lot of them. That's me actually right there. I had to go back a while later and get that shot without Ted. So yeah. This is Waveland.
Oh, you remember how everybody ate chili on like that one day?
Ate chili.
Somebody's mom made chili, and then we all ate the chili, and then the next day, everybody's stomach was turned.
I don't remember that.
Whose mom was it?
Gosh.
Somebody's mom made chili. The next day,
I don't remember that. Damn. The only food I remember eating was
those birds.
Was the Chinese food that Lee or L, my best friend from film school, who's the kind of the producer AD. Yeah, he went and got for me. And the pizza the first day. Remember, we just had one like medium. He didn't know I had a lot bigger budget for the food, and yeah, he had gotten just a medium sized pizza for everybody.
It's like,
and I saw it, and I'm like, what the hell? He just didn't know. It was a miscommunication. I told him, no, man, I budgeted a lot for food, so yeah.
Now I remember he did, like, when we got Chinese, he sent me with a list to Great Wall or wherever it was.
Oh, yeah.
And I went in there and I was reading off the list and it was like the total came up to like, I don't know, I can't remember what it was, but it was way too much. So I called him back. It was like, hey man, this is the price. Check with Dane. And he was like, no, I'm not going to check with him. Just don't do that.
Okay, yeah. He was thank goodness. Yeah, he, yeah. old Lee, he's pretty big in Asia right now. He just got his, I don't know, maybe a second movie he's working on now or getting ready to come out with. That's me right there too. In case yeah. It's like Ted grew some muscles and grew up in height. But yeah, hopefully it's not very noticeable to anybody. Unless I tell them, then people are like, oh yeah, okay. But
no, I remember Lee. It was right around this area. Ted had his folding chair.
Yeah.
And because it goes down a hill after that, and
there's a huge hill leading up to this house.
We were taking a break, and Ted looked at me and was like, "Hey, get my chair." And I was like, "No, I'm not getting your chair. Shit. I'm not doing it." Then Lee was like, "I got it," like trying to diffuse the situation.
Yeah, he knew.
Yeah.
Oh, Witsy New Pong. So we went to Full Sail together. He was first guy I met in class. First walk into class one day, and the first day, he's first guy I met, and we hit it off immediately.
He's a good guy.
Yeah, I miss him. Hopefully, he'll come to the premiere. We still haven't premiered this damn movie 6 years later. Almost 6 years. It'll be 6 years in 3 months or something. Yeah.
It would be good to see everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, hopefully everybody comes out. Brant and Audra live in L.A. right now.
Everybody's scattered.
Yeah, and Josh is in Louisville. Did you hear Josh got the DUI the first...
yeah. Oh, I think
the first week?
That's whose mom made chili.
Oh, I'm pretty sure. Josh's mom?
Maybe. I don't know. Don't quote me on that, but I think. Because, after all that happened or whatever... I don't know. Maybe it wasn't chili. I don't know, but
yeah, I don't remember. Josh may remember that.
I don't.
Yeah, that's our first week. Hopefully, Josh don't get pissed for me saying this or telling this story. But we shot in Paris, where the city cops are
terrible.
They have nothing better. They don't have real criminals to catch, so they prey on. Yeah,
that's where I got mine too.
Yeah. Josh, he'd been drinking the night before, and it was our first week, and I think it's like a Sunday, and yeah, Josh got pulled over, and I guess they still smelled on his breath from the night before. He was sober, and took him to jail. And we went the Monday without him, but
because I remember you
I felt
texting
bad
me.
for him.
You're like, "What happened when you got your DUI?" And I was like, "What?" And then you told me, I was like,
gosh, Josh." Yeah, he was a big help in this movie, man. I couldn't have done it without him. Joshy. But yeah. Hopefully the firelight's pretty believable there.
I think it is.
It's a little hot on his face there, but it's all right.
What I like about the movies like this and stuff, it takes you back. even though I didn't live in that time, like, you know, like I said, one of my favorite movies, Legend of Boggy Creek.
Yeah.
Like, you can almost, like, live it.
Yeah. Well, hopefully you get that from this movie, yeah.
Yeah, I get it a lot, I think.
Yeah, Cody and I share a mutual love for The Legend of Boggy Creek by Charles B. Pierce. Yeah, the original Hopewell, the short film, I tried to imitate some of that soundtrack because it was so good. Like, there's some weird...
The eerie.
Yeah, it's eerie as shit. I guess it's real. Like, he recorded from the woods of, Falk, Arkansas. But
you hear that howl, and you're just like, man, I'd hate to be out there.
There's something I never could get right. But there's like, if you listen to the soundtrack, you'll hear like this... I don't know what the hell it is, but it is so good. It's eerie as piss.
And it's just one of those movies you're like super interested in, like the I don't know how to explain it. I showed my girlfriend the 4K of it not too long ago. Up there going at it with her boyfriend. Good time. I'm out of here.
Yeah, I mean, what would you, did it sound like somebody was literally getting murdered since you've never seen this before?
Yeah.
I tried my damnedest to, make it sound like, to recreate the murders, like because you would hear that in a real ghost story. It's like, they hear somebody screaming, or they would hear like reenactments of, just the shit that's happened in the past. And I kind of wanted that ghostly murder to, still kind of resonate in the house every night. Because she's kind of, in my mind, she's helped trying to give a clue to like what happened to her.
Wanting somebody to find out.
Yeah. Even though she does it in a very creepy ass way, Yeah.
I can't remember which one of those shows it was, but it was one of those haunted shows with ghosts that he was in too.
Yeah. He played a preacher. He played like a priest or something. It's like his eyes start bleeding or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't remember what... a haunting, maybe? But yeah, Ted...
It was one of those.
Yeah. I guess he's somewhat gotten typecasted for being a preacher, and, yeah.
Like I said, he's got that look.
Uh-huh. You'll notice, I guess his beard looks pretty bushy there. I just now kind of noticed, like, some points of the movie, you'll see it a little bit more trim than that, but... Old Teddy Ferg. That's what I wound up calling him after.
Who knows what he called me.
Man, look at this centipede on the door there. I didn't time this like this. It just happened that way. You see it?
Yeah.
Big ass centipede just crawling into the darkness with him. Yeah.
That was pretty lucky. Looked good.
I wouldn't be going down to that bastard.
Yeah. Super dark.
Man. So anything you else remember about living at or being at the house or anything, or?
I remember taking a picture of the exterior. Like we did a shoot. I don't know. We had to come late at night, and I just remember looking at. Like, all you could see was, like, the light. I don't know what scene you were shooting, but it was just the light outside. And I was like, damn, that looks scary. And
were we in the interior house, probably?
And everybody was, on the interior. I was on the exterior. Yeah. And
when you just see the lights in that one window?
Yeah, and when I took the picture, it didn't look as good as, like, it looked in real life.
Yeah.
I was like, man.
Well, I kind of got that... somewhat of that shot in here, so you'll see if it's what you're talking about. But man, that exterior house on the inside, damn, that thing was creepy. To me, it was probably creepier in the inside of this house, but I don't know, it didn't look as good, and it was really dark. But Plus, it was also, it wasn't as good as structural, it wasn't as doing a good structure wise as this one was. This one's pretty solid still. That one we could have easily fell to hell if we wanted to.
I can't remember. Was that fire real? I can't remember. Yeah, I can't remember.
Yeah,
lighting a fire.
Yeah, that was another huge scary thing.
The house going to catch on fire.
Yeah, the chimney was clogged up. And I had a guy out there to come clean it out. He said something like he could clean it out, but it was in such bad shape he couldn't like sign off. Like, it was like a liability thing. Like he couldn't tell me, yes, it's ready to put a fire in it. So
that may have been the scene right there.
Yeah, but I like plugged it up and put like a little gas rig to a propane tank, and we'd turn it on for certain shots whenever we needed to.
Remember that? I think I remember.
We turn it off and on. I had like gas logs in there with some other things, so it wouldn't, God, it's just like one thing after another. Just all these, pressures on me not to burn the set down. When normally it'd been, some kind of another production head that would have had to worry about it. But, ugh. Old Ted. Yeah, a lot of this has been trimmed down. It was a lot longer. But the movie, if you couldn't tell, is obviously, it's slower than most. At least, especially at the beginning. But, yeah. Just kind of wanted to build that damn tension. Those are my legs. But
man, those old houses with the intricate detail.
Yeah, that wall there, actually, I had to build that thing like in 2014. Always loved that shot. Here she comes again.
He said nope.
He's running away when he know he can't. Those shots right there are inspired by El Mariachi, Robert Rodriguez's first movie. It's just a punch in, but while he's flipping through something. But
Give me strength to face this thing. Come, Lord. Come, Holy Spirit, and fill this place. Fear,
Man, I was just thinking,
evil, leave.
I mentioned it earlier, but I kind of lost track of what I was talking about. But you remember when we were going to check that one house? We like jumped over the fence, and then we ran into a bunch of skunks.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, Cody and I, to find locations, I've basically location scouted for many years, and God, I'd occasionally, like from the road, get a glance of something from a distance, peek at a house, maybe peeking over the trees, and Cody was always my go-to guy to, hey, let's go check out this house.
Man, you remember we were going to, I had my Jeep and we were going to look for somewhere, and we were going down this like steep hill, and I thought we were going to like flip over. And we both were leaning like one way, hoping we didn't flip over.
It wasn't out there about where the cemetery was, right?
No, it was like...
Or not what cemetery, but where the exterior house, the cemetery the redneck showed us?
Oh, no, it was like...
I didn't mean to call you redneck, Billy.
It was like in Berea or something. Like, we went way out. This is when...
Oh, shit, I don't know.
I lived in an apartment, and you're like, hey, you got 4-wheel drive. Do you want to go look at this place?
Yeah, Cody had 4-wheel, so we would, especially go off-road and looking for shit.
Like, the creek had dried up, so we could drive across it. I just remember going down that hill, like, well, I guess if we flip, we flip.
But yeah, I kind of got sidetracked. One of the houses we went to, we'd always wait till nighttime too, and sometimes we'd had a few drinks. But yeah, we went out to one house down this long abandoned driveway. It looked pretty good, very overgrown. but the house was actually like still being inhabited. But yeah, we ran into a big family of skunks. Thank God we didn't get sprayed.
Trying to shine the light and run away at the same time.
Yeah. Gosh, yeah, we had a lot of adventures at nighttime looking for. Like I said, I'd spot these places in the day, then I'd plot later that night. Let's go out there, so nobody can see us. Look at this place. Maybe I can film there. But yeah, I think the only house or the only place in this movie that I got from driving around was the church. All these other places, my best friend owns this house, and his family owns this house. The exterior house, I had a friend tell me where it was because you couldn't see this thing from the road. It's off in the middle of nowhere. But yeah, that church was the only one I'd found driving around the country.
Not for lack of trying.
Yeah.
There would be sometimes we would just be like, let's see where this road takes us.
Yeah.
And just drive, and then, we'd
Do some bloopy loops.
Getting bloopy in this. Some lazy cakes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's
Now
creepy.
Now's the descent into hell here. And those are my feet again.
I can almost smell that scene right there.
Yeah. Oh, it didn't used to be that way. Like when we shot the original Hopewell, it was dry. It was dry and just kind of smelled like dirt. But then, like I said, it got infested since then, and I don't know, maybe it started flooding too. But that basement was kind of muddy, and I guess maybe shit too had got down there because it was a muddy or a really damp, nasty, mildewy shit smell down there. Wasn't horrible, but it was just unpleasant.
It may have been the scene, but I remember being down there for a couple hours one day.
Oh, God. Yeah, I remember having to... I don't know if I ever went down there. Yeah, I guess I did by myself out there at that house all by myself, but I did not like it. It's just...
Good location.
Go down there working. Yeah, that's perfect. There it is.
Yep.
There it is. Just, it kind of stemmed from, I don't know, maybe it's ghost stories I'd read growing up or stories I heard people tell, fake ones, but how there's always a boarded up doorway in the cellar, like, oh shit, what is behind that door? Like somebody don't want you back there.
Yeah.
Like somebody does not want you back there. What is back, like a coffin with a vampire in it or, a body or.
I can't remember what route we ended up taking. Because I know we couldn't use the Velcro because it was too loud.
I think it was it was the nails in the hole that just were pretty loose.
Yeah.
Because they still gave them a struggle, as you'll see. But yeah, we wound up kind of just making the holes a little bigger and putting the nails through the board and into those holes, so they'd pull out somewhat easily. Yeah, see, got one that sticks there. You sell the nail, but yeah, this little door frame was not there. I had to put all that in and, like I said, figure out how the hell to do this. Ugh. I never want to do that again. I'm not I don't want to be an art department set person, but I had to do it, That room right there is he's not actually looking into that room. That's the room behind him that you first saw him look into, but kind of played around with it in post. Because off to the right there's a big old circuit box on the wall that I didn't want to show, of course, but those are my feet again. I heard somebody tell me it kind of gives it a Blair Witchy type feel down in here.
I could see that. I like just the suspense because you're like, something about to
I hope, yeah.
jump out.
That's what I tried to do that a lot in here, kind of like build it up, and not deliver a lot of the time, and then sometimes deliver.
He's noticing something ain't right.
Yeah, hopefully it doesn't look too fake. Just, we originally shot a different way.
Oh, there she is.
It's like, oh shit, now I get it.
It's all clicking.
That car door, there's actually the preacher car door. I had that painted on. Here's me again in the preacher's costume. But yeah, you remember this guy right here, Tom. Remember him, the sheriff? Oh yeah, here he is.
He ate like a pound of raisins that day.
There's Cody, the guy talking right now. That's him. Not the big guy, obviously, but the guy carrying the bones. That's Cody.
Yeah, look at Slav.
You see the donger on that stud?
Hung like a horse.
They've been down there a good long time. Makes a lot harder.
What do you normally do?
He's pretty good too.
Yeah, he wasn't bad. Tom.
The missing persons report.
Hell, Tom. That whole family is pretty good.
Was he related?
Yeah. He's Newt's dad, because you can tell they kind of look alike. You know, the guy who played Newt.
Okay.
He's Newt's dad, and he's also got a daughter, Laura, who was a producer at one point in Louisville, and she was also an actor. She's pretty good. Yeah, kind of the whole family's got this mutual acting ability. Or
File report, check on things. Probably better.
Tom, he's so easygoing and cool.
Reminds me of
Like I said, I just remember him constantly eating raisins on the
what was it? It was chocolate covered. I think it was like chocolate covered something to kind of or stand in as like chewing tobacco.
Yeah.
They would spit. Yeah, I think it was like chocolate covered raisins or
yeah,
something.
it was
or
something to make it dark.
chocolate covered cranberries. Yeah. So he could spit his chaw around, or his fake chaw.
all right with you. I'm going back to the station and
Yeah, he definitely he looked pretty good for the part. Wish my writing was better in this scene, but there's me again. Might remember this day.
That was
Outside Millersburg?
yeah, that was, is that the one that was like a house that you have to like rent?
Yeah,
Yeah.
You had to pay $200 to use that house
Yeah.
because the owner, the woman was from California. If you look up in the left there, you see the fire extinguisher. But in the back behind the seat. But anyway, yeah, the lady that lived there was from California, so she was hip to the whole movie shooting location agreement thing, and she's like, yeah, you can have it for $200. I'm like, all right, yeah. We didn't have to pay for any other locations really, so I was like, yeah, let's do it. Because this place was, I needed a fancier old house that could stand in as the judge's house. And wasn't, modernized that much.
Charles? James? I was just stopping by to see if Newt and Ollie were here. No, they're not here right now. Why? I just wanted to apologize to them.
Yeah, there's a lot of traffic noise originally for the, thank goodness, Post took all that out. Because, yeah, you could hear it bad. There's a big major road running right behind the preacher there that you can't see.
There was, I don't know what scene we were shooting or where it was at, but I remember just a huge semi truck or something go by and it was like
Probably this one.
Yeah.
It's probably this one. Even just the littlest car made so much noise. But yeah, as far as like traffic noise, that was another thing. Trying to find abandoned places. So many of them are so close to roads, and I want to deal with traffic noise. So finding one that wasn't, that was out in the middle of nowhere it was a struggle. Oh, here he is again.
Man of the hour.
There he is again. I don't know why the shots. I think I'd smudged a little sweat on the back of the lens, so it's a little fuzzier than the rest. But I don't know. Hopefully, some person will look too much into it and say that it gives it a glowy. I like the atmosphere. I saw what you were doing there, and rattle some shit off.
I remember feeling like I was doing everything way too slow.
Nah. That shot, actually, I shot that shot in Lexington. That's not the, with you there. That was in the backyard up in Lexington. Because remember, we originally had cow bones there, and they just did not look right. It didn't look like a human. So I got like a fake skeleton and tried to dirty it up and did those inserts myself of the body. So yeah, that's half Cody, most Cody, like 75% Cody, 25% me. We thought everybody was impressed. He thought you did really good. Yeah, you recognize that voice.
I got that twang.
Yes, somebody commented. I showed it to somebody. They're just like, "What happened to the guy there?" Like right now, you just kind of walk off, or you just kind of disappear.
Yeah.
I was like, he just walked off, but they're like, "What happened to him? Where'd he go?"
Say something for him, and I'm out of here.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you did your job.
Barry did good.
Hopefully she's at rest. Yeah, thank goodness that backyard there wasn't near as grown up. We didn't have to really weed eat or mow any of that.
Yeah, which is surprising for amount of time.
Yeah, this is actually, like we were saying at the beginning here, we had the weeds were higher than your head. They're like 6 foot. Well, I guess if you're a tall person, it didn't matter. But I weeded them down too far during the first shoot. And this is really the only time you'll see it. Yeah, this scene here is from the original shoot. So you'll see the weeds look a little different from when they did when we saw them go into the house earlier. See? You'll notice the yard is a little more dead. Yeah, exactly. It's not full of life like it was, but hopefully people are so distracted by everything else they won't notice that.
I would be.
Charles tell you everything's okay now? Yeah. Thank you, brother. I wanted to apologize to you for treating you.
This was during our first week too. Ted did pretty good.
I was about to mention something about that.
It'd be our first week.
He looks like real intense. And
yeah. He looks like he means it.
I'd like you to know that you and Ollie are welcome in my church anytime. Thank you. I'd love to have you start coming on Sunday morning. Okay. And don't be scared to.
Does the movie to you, does it look old? Like from maybe like the 70s or some shit?
yeah,
That's what I was aiming for. I didn't want it to look pristine and clean like, stuff is now. I want it to
it's
be
got
from
that like faded tint or something to it. I don't know.
The camera we shot with also helps a lot, the digital Bolex. Yeah, see, notice the yard is not near full of life as it was earlier. But maybe that's kind of a good thing because, everything's all somewhat resolved now, so looks a little different. The yard resolved itself somehow, too.
Yeah, right behind him, I remember, you went on the right side. I went down that side, and we kind of met to make pathways where the actors could walk up.
Yeah. like we mentioned, this house was up on a hill, and the weeds were over your head going up that hill. So part of the pain in the ass was having to carve a path. Yeah, with the weed eater out of the brush to get up to this place, which we originally shot up that hill. I had some shots of it, but it was just taking too long. We had to hurry up and get up to the house, and there's a lot of stuff I shot that didn't make it.
Now their basement's safe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's what I wanted you to think. Maybe. You don't know. Yeah. So yeah, I know you didn't, like I said, Cody ain't seen this before. He didn't really get to pay attention too much, but yeah. There it is, Deputy Cody Clark.
Oh, Deputy. Definitely brought back a lot of memories I forgot about.
Here's your parents, Lisa and Donnie Clark.
Oh, brother Donnie.
Yeah, like I said, I had a shot of him in there, but it was just, it stretched out too long. I had to hurry up and cut around. Sadly, that's one of the things about editing, making movies, is you can't use everything.
So the house sits.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been meaning to go back out there now and see what it looks like now, but yeah, I don't know.
Man,
I'm sure the yard is probably back to its old high as shit self.
Might be able to see it.
But yeah, this is actually, you couldn't tell. This is down that hill we're talking about. It's at the bottom of the hill looking up.
It doesn't look as steep as it actually is.
No, it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't look at all. There's also a big driveway right behind us with some like concrete barriers or something that obviously I could not show because it wasn't the time period.
Well, was it cows? That was like off in the...
Yeah, thank God.
Distance.
Unlike the first short film, man, we didn't have to deal with cows. I was worried about that. Like, damn it, man, a cow's going to come up here and ruin the day because they think we're going to feed them. They did that shit on the short film, man. Like I said, they ran us out because we couldn't shoot around them.
Jesse Clark.
Oh yeah,
what'd he do? I can't remember.
Maybe it's because
I
remember y'all came over a few nights while we were prepping. Y'all come over to the house. I'd be drinking beer or something, and maybe we just rode around all together out looking for houses. Yeah, I can't remember what my reasoning was, but putting Jesse, obviously Cody's brother, but yeah. Yep, that is it. All right. This is,
It's a good one.
Yeah, this is, all right. We will. Yeah, I wanted to use this commentary to kind of reminisce about everything. So, yeah. All right. Well, thanks for listening. We'll see you next time.